Do you need to have a mouse in your IDE? The short answer is yes. You do lose a little bit of functionality such as hovering over warnings and errors to get insights. And to my personal surprise, you also need it to create a brand new project. This one is one that makes the least sense to me, because if you press enter while hovering over the new project, it does nothing. I literally had to reconnect the mouse to create a brand new project. You will notice this is not my usual setup. I record on laptop, which has a touchpad, so if I brush up against it, the mouse will move, which doesn't do well for the authenticity of the video. So I had to go to the computers at the university. So that's why it's looking a bit different. Please excuse the quality. I was recording on a 1400 by 900 monitor, so the downscaling wasn't really the smoothest process, but it's great nonetheless. So Control Alt and S will take you to the settings. First thing was to change up the background image, which was very annoying because without the scroll wheel, I cannot go down to the bottom, which gave me my second idea. Let's just search for it. Also, I will make a lot of typing mistakes in this video. I am not used to being on a 100% keyboard. Alright, I also could not, select a file manually, so I ended up having to just type down the path, which luckily I knew. Alright, now here I kind of got stumped. I had no idea what the username for the current machine was, so I had to do that as well. LV128, what a very descriptive name. So I knew it was on the desktop. What I didn't remember was that it was in a folder called folder that I used to put all the temporary files like the IntelliJ and the Java 23 installation files. But once I got everything set up, we were set. Now that notification is really starting to piss me off, so I need to change that as well. But before we do that, I want to set up a few other shortcuts as well. So I have a few custom shortcuts that I always use in my IDE. First one is the toggle distraction free mode, which is one I use whenever I'm just trying to be in the zone and coding. So Control Alt and 1. The run, I wanted to edit configurations here. And also check this out, there's literally run right there. I forget it somehow. So edit configurations to make my own configurations. Control Alt and 2. Now to get onto the notification part, which is very annoying. Control Alt and 3. Now I needed a shortcut for creating a new class, which is always C whenever I am in the Explorer. And now I need one for a new package. P. It works pretty well. Yeah, for now I think we are set. First gotta get rid of this. Does not work as expected. Managed to get it cleared somehow, but now it is time for us to get started. So first of all, I'm going to create a brand new package, net.no mouse.challenge. And yeah, the packages are compacted, which I'm not a big fan of, so I had to go change that as well. Control and S for settings. Let's get it. And then here I had to look for appearance. Control and 4. As you can see, there's a trend to how I name these shortcuts. This is going to be the permanent one. Compact middle packages, and this is how it's supposed to look. I love it. Let's create a new class. Oh, and do not put spaces when naming a new class. That is not the Java convention. No spaces. Alright, so here is our main class. Let's generate the main method by using the IntelliJ shortcut. It's not even a shortcut, is it? Code generation. No, so I tried to create a new run configuration, but I couldn't do that because of the fact that I did not see it said I just had to press insert to create a new run configuration. So yeah, I figured it out in the end though. And since I had already set the template, everything was already done, so no harm done. Alright, so let's create a brand new package. I'm just gonna throw in some random stuff. And while creating the main class, I did figure out that we now have exception, like in the quick class making thingy. So basically, I decided to make myself a custom exception because it would just be fun. Control plus O to bring up the override, and we're just going to override these two constructors. Alright, so I think we are basically set to get started here. Let's just create a brand new package, brand new class rather. So here's where I would create an application that tells you what your birthday is. You just pass in your values and it generates a string. Not the most complex of projects, but it is a project nonetheless. So yeah. I initially wanted to put these in an array list, but then you'd have to use indices, whichever one you want to use. But I'm not a big fan of those. And then I tried to use an enum, but then, you know, getting the different values using a number would be really weird. So I decided to go with a map, which works pretty great. So now you just have to hard code these values in. Here, just learned a new shortcut that Alt and J, Control and J will bring up the suggestions for code generation, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that will give us everything that we need. And now we just need the method itself that will, you know, do the string. So it's going to return a string. I'm going to call it birthday. It will return string. Well, not it won't return the string class, but it will return string. Oh yeah, and the keyboard layout is not what I use on my laptop, so this was pretty weird. It pisses me off, and it happens for quite a bit. So we need a byte date because the date won't go above 31. Neither will the month number, but I don't know why I used an integer. But anyways, let's get some validation done. So instead of having one long like condition, we're just gonna have some Boolean values set. So if day is less than 1 or it is greater than 31, we're gonna have a problem. If the month is less than 1 but greater than 12, we're also gonna have a problem. Less than 1 for the year, and if the year is greater than 2024, because you cannot be born in the future, not in real life at least. There shall be no fooling me. So if valid date or valid month or valid year, then we're going to throw a new no mouse exception. Let's try. And obviously we need to actually handle the exception. Why don't do it? Nope, no nested ifs, please. So let's handle that exception. Alright, so let me just correct that real quick. Alright, so that's the validation. Now is for actually formatting. If it's 1, 21, or 31, you know it's like 1st, 21st, 31st. In all goodness, I could have just used a switch case because it's way better than having 3 different conditions. I really could have used the switch case. It would have looked so much better too. But anyways, it's in the past. So if first date string, okay. No, seriously though, a switch case would have been really, really, really good right now. It took me a while to actually figure out what I wanted to do, but eventually I got it. So if first, then date string is equal to the date that we got plus st. If it's second or 22nd, we put D, and 3rd and 23rd will be RD. Anything else would just be TH. So it works, but a switch case would have been way, way better. I'm gonna say that a few times. So it kind of took me a while to realize that, without having to, we didn't really need to get the from a switch case. We didn't have to get the values from a switch case. Also, make sure these are static if you plan to use them without having an object. So now we can get the month. So I was going to go to the third case that I'm like, wait, the string already returns a string, so there's literally no point of us having a switch case if all it does is just return the string as well. So just return the string itself. It'll work exactly the same way. Took a while, and now one more thing left to do. We just need to actually get the values themselves. We're going to use a scanner object to get the different data that we need. So the birth date, we're also going to need the birth month number. So byte date, scan after next byte. The birth month number, we'll have to get it from the scanner as well. And here's a scanner.next int. And now just have to pass in different datas. And don't forget that all of this needs to be in a print statement. And we need exception handle, Control Alt and T will bring up this, which you can now surround your code with. So try catch, we're going to catch a no mouse exception. And when we've caught it, we're going to throw in your runtime exception and also print the stack trace to the system. Alright, can we not talk about this, please? Alright, so yeah, we're basically finished here. I am very excited for the exception throwing right here. Alright, so I kind of forgot how to get to the run window, which I literally saw at the beginning, but hey, my memory is flawed, okay? Anyways, 21/7 should be, I think it's July, August? No, I think it's July 1987, July the 21st, 1987. Like I said, it's a pretty basic program, but hey, it didn't have to be too complex. 04 12:34. There it is. Alright, enough fun time. Let's make this thing crash now. So all I have to do is just put 2025 and then we will get the no mouse exception. Nice try. This is fun. Honestly, throwing exceptions is such a cool thing. Super simple, but super satisfying. I tried to put in a for loop so I can like do it multiple times, but what I didn't realize was that we're just going to print the string the number of times in the for loop and not, getting reround. There's a very specific way of doing that. We had an escape sequence and everything too. That's what's depressing. Now the video is pretty much over at this point. I just want to say, if you made it this far, then please consider leaving a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm doing a Java for beginners course on my channel, so if you're into learning Java, then there might just be that link down below in the description. This is a very fun project. Really hope you guys have a good one. Probably gonna see you in the next one. Adios.